We're 10 days away from the trade deadline, and these are the moves that could potentially change the entire NBA landscape. The Lakers are all of a sudden in the center of the trade buzz after AD sat down with Shams and told him that he thinks they're one or two pieces away from contending again.
I think we need another big. I feel like I've always been at my best when I've been the 4, and having a big out there, we know it worked when we won the championship with JaVale and Dwight.
Reportedly, LA's been after Walker Kessler, who the Jazz would be lunatic to trade away, considering the fact that he's still on his rookie $2.9 million contract. And besides Markkanen, the only bright spot for a rebuilding Utah roster. Miles Turner is another big that the Lakers showed interest in for a couple of years now. And according to Jovan Buha from The Athletic, the Pacers are hesitant about giving their veteran center a big extension this offseason, which might go to LA's favor even more.
Tyrese against Schroeder. Turner, there it goes for 3.
Yeah, baby!
Miles Turner!
That's one. The other essential upgrade the Lakers should make is the outside shooting. They're near the bottom, 28th in the league in three-pointers made and 19th in three-point percentage. Rumors are spreading across the league of a potential Lonzo Ball return to Los Angeles. He's a solid defender and he improved his shooting a lot, but he's coming with a lot of question marks about his availability for sure. We'll see if Pelinka is ready to throw the dice that far out. In a perfect scenario for Lakers fans, Bogdan Bogdanovic is a guy that would fit perfectly alongside LeBron and AD. The Hawks have been a mediocre team since 2021, and I could easily see them blowing up the team sooner rather than later.
Trey is doing a nice job of finding his teammates. He's feeling it, Nick.
He's feeling it.
LA's lack of tradable assets is a different problem though. Let's address now the most talked about move that everyone is desperately waiting to happen, which is Jimmy Butler to the Phoenix Suns, a trade that's not quite simple to pull off to say the least. For Jimmy to come to Arizona, Beal must be shipped elsewhere, and he would only go to the Bucks according to most of the reports on him so far. But those 3 teams alone would have come to an agreement already if it suited everyone. The fact of the matter is, Pat Riley is not rushing to offload Jimmy without a valuable return. Chris Middleton and Pat Connaughton are not enough. Miami made clear that they want players who can help them win now, or some short-term contracts, young talent, plus draft capital. They can't get that from Milwaukee. So another team must step inside this deal. A team like the Bulls, who are looking for partners to unload Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic. Kevin O'Connor came up with a crazy but interesting idea that might seem okay for everyone involved.
The Bucks get LaVine, the Suns get Butler, the Bulls get Beal, the Heat get Chris Middleton and Pat Connaughton, and then the Pistons or some other team could take on Bobby Portis, and that works financially. Then you would spread out some picks amongst those teams that deserve them. Like I think, Bulls would get something for taking Beal. I'm sure the Heat would want something in there as well. But a deal like that just feels like it just makes sense to everybody.
Thing is, activity about this trade has been confirmed by multiple reporters these past few days, which makes it more and more realistic.
What's more interesting at the Bulls right now is they are absolutely involved in conversations with the Suns, involved in possible Jimmy Butler situations. Not that Jimmy Butler would end in Chicago.
Right.
If I'm talking about a 3-team trade and Jimmy Butler is on one end and it's not going to Chicago, we're talking about Bradley Beal.
If Pat is not happy with this either, he could prolong the drama by waiting until the summer so they could use Jimmy's $50 million to go after players like Kyrie Irving, Brandon Ingram, Jonathan Kuminga, who will all be free agents.
And if you get in a contest with Pat Riley, you're going to lose, plain and simple.
And while waiting for Butler, the Suns got themselves a nice big in Nick Richards, who is averaging 13 points and 12 rebounds per game in his 4 games with the team.
Yeah, those were the 2 categories, rebounds and turnovers, as Richards takes it to the boom room.
He should serve as a replacement for Jusuf Nurkic, who's been removed from the rotation by Coach Bud for a month now. Nurkic could also be on the move before the deadline. Sitting him out for the rest of the season doesn't suit him or the team either. Now, these 2 teams are, in my opinion, just one move away from being title favorites, and those are the Cleveland Cavaliers and my New York Knicks. Cleveland's had a historic run this season, but there's a feeling that they must strengthen the roster to compete with the Celtics in the playoffs. The top 4 guys are locked in, no question, but I'm sure that they could use more reliable role players than Karis LeVert or George Niang late in May when they face Boston in the conference finals. Players like Bruce Brown, who's back in the Raptors lineup after missing the start of the season due to an injury, or Malcolm Brogdon, who didn't appear in a lot of games for the Wizards as well. They could boost these teams potentially. Even Jordan Clarkson, who's been stuck on the Jazz forever, could catch a contender's eye after news about his return from injury came out.
Steps back to create that space.
JC deep, bang, the triple, a pure three-pointer, and JC turned the flame up and all.
The Knicks' key to fixing depth issues appear to revolve around Mitchell Robinson. If healthy, he would go in behind Towns and help ease some pressure off the team's starting five, because Tibbs has been squeezing the life out of them lately. OG, Josh Hart, Brunson, and Bridges all rank in the top 5 in minutes played, while Towns is in the top 25 as well. So they have a decision to make, whether to rely on Robinson's health or put him in a trade package for another center like Nurk, Valanciunas, Vooch, or Turner. And talking about bigs, there's a rumor that Minnesota would gladly part ways with Julius Randle if presented with the right opportunity. After finishing with the 3rd best record in the West last season and losing to the Mavs in the conference finals, the Wolves shocked the basketball world by parting ways with their superstar Cat while getting Randle and DiVincenzo in return.
It's the Minnesota Timberwolves, right? They're the most disappointing team, and the way that it's trending right now, they're on the verge of making the worst trade in NBA history, trading away Karl-Anthony Towns.
Julius is definitely not a ceiling raiser, and Dante just got injured, so things went from bad to worse quickly for the 7th-seeded Timberwolves. The Nuggets are another team that has been trying to restore championship hopes in the last couple of seasons, and they need a scoring option immediately. I have the wildest idea that could spark some magic for them. Hear me out. What about Zach LaVine coming to Denver? We've all been skeptical about Westbrook's fit, but here he is blossoming alongside Nikola Jokic. What if LaVine could be the guy Jamal Murray was 2 years ago for them? He's a great shooter, an explosive guard, plays with the ball in his hands, and attacks the rim, all of which Denver needs right now.
Zach LaVine, the catch and the slam!
And just listen to this.
I think LaVine's been good. I hate seeing him get thrown into these trades like he's not an asset. I think he's an asset.
I just pulled up some numbers. 4 of the last 5 years, if you remove last season, 45% on catch and shoot threes, 37% on dribble jumper threes, 45% on mid-range jumpers, 63% on unassisted shots at the rim. So he's versatile. We know he's a great athlete. He's an elite shooter off the dribble and off the catch. He can do a lot for your offense and fit into different roles. If I'm the Bulls, I'd be happy to keep him.
And last but not least, Golden State owes it to Steph to at least try and put an effort at the trade deadline to upgrade their roster. Versatile wings like Jeremy Grant and Kyle Kuzma are circling in the trade talks, so they could possibly add depth to the Warriors. They also expressed interest in centers such as Vucevic and Valanciunas. Regardless, they better make some changes because Curry's time is slowly running out.
Curry, 3 with Gobert right in his face, and he still drills it.
It's getting wild in the NBA, and that's in line with what's been going on in the league lately. Just a few days ago, we got pure madness of an NBA night, with clutch games and all kinds of drama. You gotta check out what happened right here in this video. Talk to you in the next one. Peace out.